If you're level 50 or higher in Fallout 76 and still feel broke, it's not because you don't play enough, it's because you're earning the wrong currency or you're earning the right one in the wrong way. You're not short on caps, you're not an unlucky drop feller, you're bottlenecked by gold billion. And most players don't even realize it. Fallout 76 pretends it has a lot of currencies, caps, scripts, stamps, but in the end game, there's really only one that dominates the entire market. Gold Billion's what gates in-game armor, weapons, power armor mods, camp utility plans. If you're ignoring the gold or just treating it like it's a side thing, you're basically grinding in place. And here's the part most people miss. You don't really farm Gold Billion. You tend to manage it every single day, and I'll get into that later. You don't earn gold bullion or bullion directly. You can earn treasury notes, and that is the distinction that matters. Treasury notes are the things that come from public events, daily faction missions, daily ops, in-game activities, and it's important to understand that public events, there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's layers to it. There's ones that are worth doing and ones that aren't worth doing. And this is where most players leak their progress. As I stated before, public events are not all equal, but they are kind of the backbone of gold income, but not all of them deserve your time. If an event doesn't have a big exclamation point on it, it's usually pretty low value. Those are just activities is what they plan on calling them. The small and quick public events tend to take no time at all. Those are going to give you the lowest amount, between like 1 and 2. There are some really big ones that will give you quite a bit of gold bullion. Eviction notice is a big one. It's the one that has the super mutants and the scrubber. And I do believe you get settler XP for that one, or reputation. Moonshine Jamboree is a wonderful one. It's fairly quick. You just have to guard some stills, and then you get to get some raider rep. Radiation Rumble isn't bad. It can be a little long. And then Test Your Metal. These are all public events that take less than 10 minutes with a group of people, and you can get between 6 and 8 treasury notes each one. Now, some people don't mind server hopping to try to, get a good event. Some people think that that beats playing everything that pops up. But I mean, that's the big difference between being busy and being efficient. Just because you're doing everything doesn't mean that you are reaping the amount of rewards that you could be for doing things that take way less time. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the daily faction missions. Those are really important. The reputation is what dictates what plans you're able to buy after you complete the Secret Service mission. It's also a really good heads up now that you can't collect treasury notes until you've completed, I think it's Secrets Revealed, and it's part of the main quest line. I don't want to ruin it for you, but try to get that done as fast as you can and don't be like me and wait until after level 100. The daily faction missions are usually pretty simple. For the settlers, you usually just have to go find a raider thief, and then once you found him, you got to take care of him or convince him to give you the item that he stole from the settlers. And then for the raiders, there is a vacuum tube that you can repair after you go find some of them. And then there is finding a ex-raider, like a traitor raider, and bringing them to justice, or you can kind of sneak and you can send one to Foundation. You'll get a little settler XP, and then you can lie to Roxy and get a little bit more raider XP. So every day, even with max rep like my raider rep, the settlers and the raiders will still give you missions that reward treasury notes. Like I said, even if your reputation is already maxed, these missions still matter. Why? Because gold doesn't care about your rep. It only cares that you showed up to do the quest today. Skipping these is how players tend to fall behind without realizing it, because that's an easy 3 notes. The boring truth is that daily ops are a really good way. They take about 10 minutes, they're not exciting, they're not really cinematic, but they are very reliable, especially if you just hit level 50. Maybe not for a solo, but you could at least get in and pull some weight and just grind through some of these daily ops. They're quick, they're repeatable, and they're consistent, especially if you're a higher level and you play solo. Gold progression isn't really flashy. It's boring when it's done correctly and just incorporated into your routine of compounding other tasks. Now, the bottleneck really isn't trying to get them as fast as possible or accumulating a ton of them. The issue is when you go to convert the treasury notes into the gold bullion, They only become gold at a gold press machine. And you can find them at your basic towns, Foundation, Crater, White Spring, and with the Burning Springs update, you can find them on the second floor at Highway Town. You don't really need to hunt these down, you just need to remember to use them. And this is the single biggest mistake players make, is forgetting to convert these, and you can only do 400 a day. So the real wall isn't really acquiring them, it's being able to convert them. You can only convert 400 a day, and that cap is absolute. You can hold an unlimited treasury note or like 11,000 of them, but if you don't cash them in daily, you're literally just wasting your time. Gold is not lost when you over earn it. It's lost when you don't convert it. But during gold rush events like coming up here at the end of February, that cap increases. And that's when save notes finally do pay off, because for, a week or so or a weekend, you can run through 800 of your notes a day, which can burn through them pretty quick. Now, there is kind of a way after completing the main quest that you can offset the days that you haven't converted it. After you complete the main quest, you unlock Smiley at the Wayward. Once a week, he sells 300 gold bullion for caps, and it is not cheap. For the max of 300 gold bullion, it's 6,000 caps. So this isn't a replacement for daily earning, it's just a top off. Think of it as like a maintenance of your failure or your lack of care, not progression. In my opinion, because I was one of these players, you don't feel broke because you're behind or that you don't grind enough. The reason you don't have enough gold bullion is you miss the high value events, you're skipping the daily conversions, and you're not respecting that gold cap. Gold bullion rewards are consistency, not so much effort, as they're really easy to get. It's just making sure that it's part of your system. Log in, do a few high value activities, cash out. That's really it. If you treat gold bullion like a daily system instead of a grind, you'll never feel behind again. You just incorporate it into your day-to-day routines, remember to convert it, and if you have the caps, Smiley doesn't hurt to go and give him some caps to get that Hellcat armor plan or the jetpack or the Gauss minigun. Another thing to keep in mind is Minerva does come once a week for a couple days, and every now and again she'll have some of these items that you don't have to worry about the rep, and it'll be at a discounted gold price. So remember to check out Minerva. In the next video, I'll break down what's actually worth buying first, because half of the gold plans are bait and Bethesda doesn't warn you at all. If this saved you any time or you feel like you have a little bit better direction, you already know what to do. I love you, mean it, bye, and I will see you in the next one.